Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it is that you guys are watching this. My name is Sam and welcome to my channel. I'm assuming by the title of this video, you know it's going to be nursing school related. So yeah, my idea is to take you guys through a weekend in my immersion. Or preceptorship. Some schools call it differently. My school calls it immersion. So I'm currently in my 4th year of the traditional nursing program at the University of Detroit Mercy. I can't believe I'm finally in my last and final year, my last semester. I graduate in May, and then I take the NCLEX, and hopefully I pass and move right on into being an RN. It's exciting, but it's incredibly scary all at once, but we're gonna go through it together. So my goal is to hopefully use this platform and kind of more so readjust nursing and lifestyle based if I can. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've filmed. So my goal is to take you guys along with my Thursdays. They're my days before I work a triple weekend shift kind of deal. It is a 12.5-hour shift, and I work 3 days in a row with my nurse. So I've been very fortunate to be placed with an amazing nurse who honestly has just given me incredible opportunities and a lot of trust that I've never had. So it's built a lot of confidence in a few short days, honestly. So I am very, very grateful for the experience I've had. I didn't mention, but we are on a medical ICU unit downtown, and I love it. So today is Thursday, January 30th. January has felt like a year in itself. I hope you guys don't feel the same way, but if you do, you know what I mean. So my goal is to meal prep because I have been eating horribly the last 2 weekends I've gone to immersion. I've honestly just eaten foods like little toddler fruit snacks, granola bars, PB&Js. So I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna buy some chicken, some veggies, get some healthier options to take to this immersion with me, and just get it ready. And then I need to organize my life a little bit. My clothes are a disaster. I have some stuff just stuffed in the closet that's been there for a few months. I don't even know what's in there anymore, so we're gonna try and put some stuff away. So my goal is to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about my nursing kind of 4 years. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth video about my nursing program and all of that, I would love to talk about it. I kind of want to use I want my videos to be realistic. I want to give true events and how stuff actually goes, because I feel like a lot of nursing program videos that I've watched, because I watched them before I started, were kind of unrealistic, you know? So I just want to be real with you guys. I want to spread as much information and educate you guys if I can. And yeah, so let's do this journey together. I'm almost done. You might just be starting, but I promise your program will fly by. I would say in the heat of it, it felt like forever. But now that I'm already in my 4th semester, it flew by. I know you're probably thinking, no way, she's crazy. I promise, once you get to the 4th and your final, classes, you'll be like, wow. It's also incredibly exciting and super, I'm super proud that I got through it. So, I just want to show you guys Cooper right now. So, figured. He's literally snuggling you guys right now. It's so cute. I'm done rambling. I am going to now take you guys through my Thursday. I like to try and relax, maybe read a book, hydrate. I'm failing at that because I'm already 2 cups of coffee in already. But yeah, so I think I got up at about 8 a.m. I sat on my phone for about 20 minutes because I got my 20-minute reminder from Instagram. I'm really trying to stop doing that. I don't like waking up and going straight to my phone. If I can, I want to meal prep, clean, relax, read a book, drink some water, and get ready for the next, I think, 36-hour shifts, 38 I think it is, with the extra time. I don't know. the next 3 days of 12 and a halves. I am not good at mental math, but I'm probably just going to stay in my PJs and go to the store. So I'll see you guys in a second for you and a little bit for me. Okay, so it's literally already dark. Well, not like dark, but getting dark. It is 4:45. I've just finally finished cleaning my room, well, our room. I went through all of my drawers. I went through the closet. I went through that huge duffel bag and put everything away, reorganized, and actually emptied out a drawer. So that's exciting because all our stuff was just stuffed everywhere. So not really sure how I managed to empty a drawer when I had to put so much new stuff away, but it worked. So now, like I said, it is almost 5 o'clock. I am going to read a book, and then I am going to eat dinner, shower, probably read again, and then pack my bag. So I will either talk to you guys in the morning or in a little bit. See you later. So this lighting is really bad, but I just made it here in probably record time. I didn't think I could get downtown from where I live in like 25 minutes, and it's funny because traffic compared Friday to like Saturday or Sunday, there's no one on the roads like Saturday or Sunday, but like Fridays obviously everyone's working, so it was like super busy, but I made it record time. I am parked like off campus, I guess, and I have to shuttle over. So that's what I'm gonna do now. It's like 6:10. I'm gonna take the shuttle, and then I'm gonna go sit in the break room and honestly just relax until 7 o'clock. Get myself organized, get all ready to go, and wait for my nurse to get here. So I will update you guys either on a break, at lunch, or at the end of the day. It'll probably be dark at the end of the day too, so. Alright, I'm gonna get on the shuttle. I probably won't film because, first off, I'm a student. Second, it's probably frowned upon or weird, so I will check in. I'm so tired. Alright, homies, I just got home. Hi, baby. I had an interesting day. You can tell by my hair. Yeah, I'm just gonna empty out my little backpack and put my coffee cup in the sink, and I will talk to you guys in a second. Okay, so I just got home. I put all of my like lunch stuff in the sink. I let Cooper outside because my family is out to dinner without me, but they're bringing me home food. I did not update at lunch because I had my first experience with a patient passing away. It wasn't my patient, but since I'm obviously a student nurse, they wanted me to get the experience of dealing with a patient after they pass. Since it was my first time, I'm having kind of a lot of emotions about it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was not gonna cry or feel nauseous. It was really strange and also very eye-opening in a way. I don't know if that's what I'm really feeling or not. But yeah, other than that, I managed 2 ICU patients today. 1 left AMA, so that was interesting. I was able to handle a 2-person workload. So yeah, my plan is honestly just pack my lunch for tomorrow, shower, eat dinner, and kind of just feel some of these emotions and not try to just push them down and act like it didn't affect me or upset me, because it did. And I want to try to start my career on the right foot. So hopefully tomorrow is a better day. and I'll be able to update you guys on my lunch break. It happened right before my lunch, so honestly, vlogging was the last thing that came to mind. I didn't even think about it until, honestly, I pulled up in my driveway. So, yeah. I'm gonna shower, eat something, pack my bag for tomorrow, and go to bed. Good morning, you guys. It is 5:30, and it is freezing. I'm literally just like wrapped in a blanket. I'm eating my breakfast. My coffee is made. Yeah, let's hope for a better day. All right, so it is Saturday, but I am so tired. It is 6:22. I start walking in a few minutes. My voice is super groggy right now. I've never really had it like that, but I never actually like talk this early. But yeah, I got my coffee. I'm probably gonna have to get another one because I am feeling it today. The last 3 weeks of the triples I've gotten through, no issues, like tired wise. So we will see. Fingers crossed. I'm just gonna sit here now and then I'm gonna go in. I'm feeling much better this morning mentally. I think it was smart of me to go home and to talk to Zach about all my feelings and just kind of like how it made me feel, I guess. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. There's a car pulling up next to me, that's why I'm leaving so abruptly. Okay, bye. Alright, so I have not public vlogged before, so we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully you can hear me. Today is so far more task oriented than like event oriented, I guess. So I've managed 2 patients pretty much on my own, so that's good. It's been a slow day so far. I just said the S word, so I'm probably gonna regret that. It's like 2 o'clock. I'm eating my lunch, which I never showed you guys. I got an hour, and then 2 o'clock, so 5 more hours to go. I will check in later. Second coffee of the day acquired. Let's go sit in the break room and eat my grapes and the rest of my snacks before I gotta go back. Okay guys, so I am home. I'm picking up Zach now. We are gonna go out to dinner. And I realized I said the S word in my last update at lunch, and it was a mistake, but I will check in with you guys after dinner or tomorrow morning. Good morning and happy Sunday. So this video was more so of me talking. I forgot to update you guys yesterday, but yesterday was another really good day. It's a lot better than Friday. Yeah, Friday. Which Friday was a good day too. It was just a different kind of day, I guess. So yeah, I can't really take you guys onto my unit or into a patient's room and show you what I really do. It's just against the law. I can probably really only barely film in like the cafeteria or the lunchrooms and that kind of thing. Just because it's super important to protect people's information. You guys would probably obviously understand that. So yeah, yesterday I had the same patients, so I was consistent with my patients all weekend. And yesterday my nurse let me kind of just fly solo with both of them, and at first it was like, okay, I can do it. Then I sat down and I looked at their charts, and it's just so overwhelming. I don't know if you guys have charted with the Epic system, but they have a thing called the brain, and it shows like your task list with like little symbols. And it is the most fulfilling thing when all of them have green check marks, but at the start of your shift, you literally have red symbols, white symbols, black symbols, like everything that you have to do throughout the day. So, I mean, it's super nice and organizing. but it's so overwhelming to look at all of those for your entire 12-hour shift. So it was overwhelming. I went through their charts. I mean, I had already had them for the 2 days before. So I knew my patients, I knew who they were, but I think I was more overwhelmed with the fact that it was kind of my responsibility. I knew I had my nurse to fall back on, but I really just wanted to take ownership of my patients and play the role of the nurse, I guess. I mean, I only have one more day of immersion next weekend, and then I'm done with my school setting clinicals, and then I become an RN. So it's very real. It's kind of surreal. I can't believe I'm already at this point. It's super exciting. And I never honestly thought it would come so quickly. I remember my first few weeks as a freshman in anatomy and physiology and just like crying. I don't know how I'm going to get through the next 4 years. And here I am. It was not easy. It was a hard road, but so far I'm so glad I decided to stick with it. Everyone's always like, I couldn't be a nurse. I don't know how you do it. And honestly, I explain it the way as like a football player, because the Super Bowl, so fitting, the Super Bowl was last night, but a football player walks out onto the field, he gets hit, he stands back up. But if he were to get hit walking his dog or something like that by a random guy, like that's totally not even the same in any remote aspect, but he's gonna feel it a lot more. And then I also explain it as like a dancer. When you step on the stage, like you just do it, like you just go on with your routine. And for me, I view nursing the same way. Like I could be sitting at the kitchen table or walking down the hallway somewhere at the mall, and someone will talk about some gross stuff that I deal with on a pretty regular basis as a nursing student, but it's just different. Like I'll be totally grossed out, like, no, don't talk to me about that, that's gross. And then I'm in a patient's room and I'm cleaning them up, and it's just totally different. It's like I'm stepping onto the field or the stage, and I am the one that gets to take care of them when they can't take care of themselves. So to me, it's a mindset thing. Like I think about what I gotta do sometimes. I'm like, I don't know, is this what I want to do all my life? And then I put my hands onto a patient and I'm taking care of them. I'm all immersed in what needs to be better and what needs to be fixed and just caring for them. And the 12.5-hour shift just kind of flew by. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that I'll go through as an RN that I have not gone through as a nursing student, but so far I'm excited to graduate. I'm excited to get my credentials, get my license, just start working and try to make people's hospital stays better. I can talk about what my days kind of look like. I know this video is more so of me sitting down and talking. Like I said, I can't take you guys into a hospital room and show you how to do patient care and all of that. So honestly, the days start with a handoff report from the night nurse. Sometimes we would huddle like all as a group, and then other times we wouldn't huddle. It just kind of depended on the staff, and it's the weekend, so it's a lot more laid back. So after handoff, I honestly, like my nurse, her practice is to go to the Pyxis or the medication link system and grab your meds, because you're going to be giving these medications, blah, blah, blah. You can give medications an hour before and an hour after their due time. So if they're due at 8 o'clock, you can start giving their medications from 7 until 9. So you have a good little window if you get crazy busy. It's really nice because it happens. So handoff, medications. I like to, before I give the medications, assess my patient, obviously. When I had them for my solo day on Sunday, I've already read their reports. I looked at their skin, I looked at their body. I did my head to toe assessment on them 2 days before. So I've already known my patients. So on Sunday, I was more able to be like, okay, I'm just going to reassess the most important parts, a focused assessment really, and make sure that their lines are still good, they're all clear, they're running, none of them are coming out, none of them look infected, and all of them are like there's no fluid just hanging out around them. I would check their backs and their skin and make sure that all of that was good. And if they had a catheter or a fecal tube, like that kind of thing, make sure that the skin around them is still good. There's no pain, all of that jazz. So they are hooked up to a vital machine in the ICU 24/7, continuous. So the only one that isn't continuous is temperature, so I take their temperatures. And then after that, so you have like 8 a.m. assessments that are due for the charting system. So hopefully within that whole time period, you're able to assess both of your patients, kind of look through the night shift nurses if you're there the night before. If not, this is a brand new patient to you. You look through their H&P, which is their history and physical, something like that. Their H&P notes, all of their notes, even just general nursing notes, their emergency room notes, their admission notes, notes from a procedure, if they had surgery, everything. You want to know as much as you can about your patients so you can give them the best care, obviously. So, yeah, so hand off meds, assessment, pass the meds, and then you want to go back and then you'll chart your assessment, or you can chart your assessment and then just kind of move everything and copy it over to 8 a.m., which is up to preference. So after you do that, I personally, like what we would do is if your patient was a day bath or a night bath, it depends on like when they started them, when they were first admitted, we would get them we would either give them their baths, which would be with CHG. If you're in nursing, you'll find out, or you'll know what that is. So they'll get their CHG bath, or we will just make sure that they have everything they need. The patient is not slumped down in bed, they're not crooked, they're not hanging off the bed, all of their IVs, and just organize them, because that's also one of the most important factors for the families, is that when they walk into their loved one's hospital room, they look cared for and they look put together. So that's something that my nurse likes to do, and that's something I know I will totally be doing myself. So then the next thing that you kind of want to do, because I know for our unit, we just have to chart that a feeding pump is running, but we don't have to scan in the like actual feeds. So I'll double check that he has free water, or that double check that they have free water, and double check that they have enough this like supplemental fluids in the feeding tube. So after that, I will make sure that they're suctioned if they're ventilated, and then I will also make sure that they are just comfortable, no pain, and there's no changes in their cognitive baseline, no change in any of their baselines. So after that, go through, you chart everything, look at everything else. Then, what else do we do? You want to make sure that if they're hooked up to either a catheter or like a urinary or a fecal catheter kind of thing. That's not the right name for the fecal tubes. I keep forgetting them. I think they're called Digna Shields, something like that. It works the same way as urine for poop. So yeah. So you want to chart, make sure that those are still in place, they're flowing, everything's good, they're not leaking, all of that jazz. So after that, you might even have some more medications come in at this time. If not, you're kind of smooth sailing. You want to make sure that the doctors are notified. Oh, that's the next thing. So another thing, after you get your meds and you do your assessment, you're most likely going to have your doctors start rounding on your patients. So you want to make sure that you are present when they round, because, hi Koopy, you want to know what the plan for the day is and what the plan for their future care is. That's super important as a nursing student, because the medication or the medical jargon that they teach you, if you don't have like a terminology course, which we didn't at Detroit Mercy, but I had in high school, it really helps you learn how to speak to doctors and that kind of thing, I made communication one of my biggest goals to work on during this time, because I do not feel confident calling a doctor and saying, this is my patient, this is what's wrong, this is what I see, this is what a possible option of care is. I just don't think I'm that confident yet in that aspect. So that was something that I wanted to do. So my nurse would hand over the phone and say, okay, call this number, this is the doctor's name, and explain exactly what you just said to me. And I was like, are you sure? I was nervous. That is one of my tips, is try to communicate as much as you can during these kinds of experiences, because I still feel like I lack in that area and I'm about to graduate. So that's one tip. I could say that my patients weren't the highest acuity of patients, which on this unit, if you have a very, very sick individual, you are probably only going to have one patient, and you are going to be with that one patient for your shifts. So we had 2 patients, which means that their health was obviously not good because they're in a medical ICU, but they were not the worst patients on the unit. We knew that family was going to be with the patient, so as soon as we got them back, we would make sure that the patient looked comfortable, all of the lines were in order, and they weren't just a big bowl of spaghetti, which is what my nurse says. And it's honestly that. There's so many cords, and my patients would have like an A line and then a CVP line. So then you have like, they're kind of taped to towels, which is what my nurse likes to do. And so they would be taped to towels. So you have like, probably like towels this big rolled up on their arms, because they have to be lined up with the third intercostal space in order to get like accurate readings and everything. And then you have lines coming off of those. So I could just totally imagine being in those beds and just being so irritated and having a tube coming out of my mouth and just being, I would be the worst patient. I just, not for me. So, yeah, so after that, you just get them comfortable again, make sure they have all their medications. If you have to draw any labs, which if a patient has an A-line or you would take it from the A-line rather than the CVP. You can draw labs from those access points, or even from an IV that is not being used for medications. They're kind of just clamped off at that point. Or you can start an IV access as well and draw blood. So most of the patients I had during this experience so far have had A-lines or already like IV access that I was capable of using. So, So honestly, that is your day. You're going to have to go back and you're going to have to do Q4 head-to-toe assessments. You do hourly assessment of the LDAs, which is line drains and access points. And then for the hospital that I'm at, they do nurse assistant hourly rounding kind of things, but nurses still chart that they make sure that their safety and that they have had eyes on the patient at least once an hour to ensure that they're stable and they're doing well. So yeah, it's honestly just as soon as you get there, it's assessing, giving medications, giving comfort care, hygiene care, medications, assessment, and just repeat until the night shift shows up, or day shift, depending on what you get. And yeah, so that was really that. I can't believe I just spent 20 minutes talking about that, but that's really it. It's a lot more stressful being a student. I know my nurse has given me feedback on how I'm performing, which I love feedback because if I can do better, I want to. She mostly wants me to find my voice, and that's really hard because being a student, I don't feel like my opinion will be valued as much as someone who has the RN credentials and license. So I guess that's where I need to work on. Like I said, I want to work on communication so much, and that's what I'm going to do. even communicating with patients and their families, I feel like I'm comfortable, but I haven't had to have like the serious conversations or like breaking news to anyone yet. So I know that'll be tough, but that is something that I want to work on and get better at. If you guys are interested in more videos of me talking about nursing school and or nursing, I mean, I'm not an RN yet, but I've been in plenty of clinical settings. I would love to be able to help you guys as well as help patients, because more stuff that is talked about and more stuff that is conversed about allows for more learning, I guess. But yeah, I want to be able to help you guys. I think social media should be used for good and not used for hate or all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just want my channel to be helpful and to be a place where people can ask questions and I can ask questions and we can all come together and figure them out. So I think that's where I'm going to leave you guys off. I don't know if I missed anything from the days that I was there and I didn't vlog or check in with you guys. And also let me know how you like this style of video. I don't have the cutest background, but I hope to be able to slowly start to build a little bit of a community and learn along with you guys. So, like I said, if you guys have any video requests or recommendations, anything, leave it down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, a great night, and you guys excel and you guys reach some goals. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.